Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and this was a big day for Disney. Disney is in an interesting position. They haven't quite been hurt that much by the dreaded event, the national event that we cannot talk about, or else everything gets demonetized. But they did have a shareholder meeting, the first with Bob Chapek as the CEO. But Bob Iger actually had a few things to say about it. As you can see right here, the headline says Disney CEO Bob Chapek on replacing Bob Iger. I do understand the gravity. Actually, that was a bad example. But here's the thing. Iger also addressed the studio's succession at the top during an annual shareholder meeting. And he also, by the way, said something along the lines of how the Certain World event has been humbling in ways he did not expect. However, we are here to talk about the entertainment business. Here's the thing. I don't want to talk about the virus too much because I think enough people are doing that. And I actually just read that, Tom Hanks, our beloved Tom Hanks, actually has it, and that our president, probably wisely, is suspending travel for 30 days to European countries. There will probably be more travel suspensions, unfortunately. And, I think we just need to talk about something fun. Although, I don't know if you're going to find this news to be particularly fun. Because here's the thing. Where was it? Song of the South was brought up. And interestingly, Bob Chapek did not answer this question. Bob Iger did. So I don't know what Bob Chapek actually thinks about Song of the South. I'm assuming he's not going to try to release it while Iger is there. But, here's the thing. A shareholder asked about Song of the South being on Disney+. And Iger told the shareholder, I felt as long as I was CEO that Song of the South, even with a disclaimer, was just not appropriate in today's world. It's actually true with some of the other things we've made as well, which is actually really concerning. He did at one point even say, I don't know if it's listed here, but he did say that it will never be on Disney+. Now, the two things I want to take away from this is, one, I'm actually going to defend him a little on not putting Song of the South on Disney+, and two, I'm really curious about that comment about other things. So, first of all, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I don't think Song of the South is great. It's not bad, but it's not great. But I do believe it should be made available. I have been advocating for years for its release. However, I don't want it here. Anyway, I've had it subscribed for 3 years. I don't know why it's showing that. I think this is a bad place to put it. As you can see, we've got Diary of the Future President. We have Star Wars, The Clone Wars, the final season. We have Disney's Fairy Tale Weddings. We have Ice Age, Mandalorian, Simpsons, which isn't really kid-friendly. Timmy Failure, which I have not seen, but I hear that's actually pretty good. You see just a lot of stuff here that's family-friendly. And yeah, they do put disclaimers in front of like Dumbo and things like that, but the offenses with Dumbo and Aristocats and things like that, they're minor. They're so minor. You don't need Song of the South on this platform. Now, I have advocated it should go to a platform like this. This is where Song of the South should go. This is where it should always be going. Something like the Criterion Channel. I mean, let's look at all films, just so you can kind of get an idea of what films are on this website. Okay, you have 2 or 3 things to know about her. You have 3:10 to Yuma, 3 Faces, 8.5, 13 Days in France, 16 Days of Glory, 21 Days. This is all in order. 45 Years. It's an R-rated movie, by the way. The 400 Blows. Money. The Above. These, a lot of these movies have some very, they have adaptation here in A Dog's Life. That's neat. A lot of these have some pretty sketchy material. They have a little bit of skin maybe, some outdated gestures, some stereotypes that are probably no longer appropriate. There's probably some language in there. Like Omnicord, that might be considered a little not friendly to today's culture. And the Anderson tapes, that's interesting. What else do we have here? Angels and Apple, that's not too bad. Like Antichrist. Look, there's a movie called Antichrist on here. It's by Lars von Trier. a director I actually don't like very much, even though he's considered a great one, but I don't like him very much, and Antichrist is no different. So when you subscribe to the Criterion channel, I mean, one thing you might notice that you're not seeing here are family films. Now, there might be some family appropriate films here. I can't point any out at the moment, but there's no family films. They're not. This is a site that's made for film aficionados, adults, and like here's the thing: Babbitt's Feast. That's a G-rated movie. How many kids are going to want to watch Babbitt's Feast? It's about a dinner. This is a channel on a streaming service for adults and serious film fans. So this is where Song of the South can go. And you can put as many special features as you want explaining the context of the movie. I'm sure Leonard Maltin wouldn't mind doing it. Whoopi Goldberg would probably be fine. And it also kind of shields Disney, because Disney is technically not distributing it at this point. I mean, if they put it on Hulu, they would be accused of distributing themselves. If they put it on Disney Plus, all hell would break loose. However, I think if they, sent it off to like the Criterion channel or even something like that, maybe even like Fandor, then they would be making the film available for people who want to see it. But it's not on a platform that a lot of families are going to have, and I doubt a lot of families are going to sign up just to watch it. Now then, the other comment about this article that did make me concerned is the fact that Iger actually made that comment, hey, that movie's not appropriate for today's day and age. I feel there are several things. Well, what does that mean? What are we not going to see anymore under Iger's tenure? My first guess, the World War II propaganda. I don't think we're ever going to see that again. I think that's done. And let's see here. I think maybe the Davy Crockett is on Disney Plus. What else? Yeah, right now I think the World War II stuff, maybe some of the nature documentary stuff where the facts aren't completely right or something like that. I'm sure we'll never see the Sweatbox. Sweatbox is probably never going to be on that platform. We know Family Guy won't be on there, but I don't really consider that Disney. But that brings up like a whole question, like what is Iger going to personally keep off the site? And has that stuff ever been released on physical media? I'm sure it has. Really, there's very few things that Disney releases that never get seen again. I can count them on one hand. Song of the South. Victory to Air Power used to be one of them, but then they put it on the DVD, the Sweatbox. So, thankfully, the things that we don't have access to seems to be pretty limited. However, you have it from the former CEO's mouth. There are some things that will not be on the site. I also kind of wonder when I looked at this shareholder meeting, how it was interesting how they were like both giving presentations, they were both answering questions. I mean, they probably should have done this when they announced the succession plan, but it's like how many more times is that going to happen? Like, is that going to happen every single time until Iger is out of office? Again, I personally believe Iger was technically fired. I don't think he wanted to leave, and he's certainly exerting a lot of control over this shareholder meeting. And, some people can say, oh, it was planned all along. It's like, yeah, it's never planned like this. So, I don't know. This is all very strange, but it's interesting that Iger was still there to assert that, no, Song of the South will never be made available again. And, I don't know. I think we might have missed our chance to release Song of the South. I really do. There was a period in time where it seemed like most of the world was against censorship, and they were all for basically breaking free of conservatism or some sort. They didn't want the fundamentalist Christians to tell them what to do. Now we've kind of shifted back in a way where now religious people are silencing again. It's just not Christians. It's social justice warriors who are offended by every little thing. And Iger's probably right. If they released it today, who knows what would be said. Had we released it 15 years ago, well, we might have had a shot. We might have had a shot. I think people would have been accepting of it back then, or at least more accepting than they would be now. I don't know. I do believe that someday we will get Song of the South released on some form. I don't know if Disney's going to do it. I do know that they only have the copyright for so much longer, and then I don't even know why they would keep upholding it, but maybe they tried to keep it to prevent other people from releasing it. I don't know. But yeah, so there you have it. Song of the South, no go at Disney Plus. I wish they'd do it on Criterion Collection channel, but, whatever. Anyway, I'd like to know what you all think about this. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.